There we go.
Hey!
Okay, it works. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Our Parents' Basement, a podcast that has more wit and wisdom and fun banter than the Gilmore Girls. We are so glad you are joining us for another episode of Fun Nerdiness. Turf looks confused, but that's okay. And as you can see, we are -1 right now, but that's okay. We are here. We're going to make this work, and we're going to have some fun stuff to talk about. And if not, then we'll just talk about random stuff, which is also just as fun. So, as you all know, I'm Philip. Sometimes people call me Cashel, and I'm joined by the amazing Turf. Sometimes he goes by Jason. And
How
Jason, how
done?
are you doing this evening?
Man, I'm excellent. I feel kind of naked without number three here. Or I guess he's kind of the glue. Like I said right before we went on the air. It takes three. This is a tripod cast. So feel a little nude, a little exposed.
hmm last time it was just the two of us. We had just heard about the Nintendo Switch coming out, and that filled a whole hour and then some. So it's
Well, I
hard
kind of
to,
fanboyed out, so
yeah.
that may have been what it was.
Man, I cannot believe that this thing is actually happening. This whole thing that was called the NX is now going to be, because we're almost at the end of 2016, and Nintendo said it'll be in 2017 at some point. So, I mean, I can't
Yeah,
believe it's happening.
it was winter 2017, and then it turned into March 2017, and I think they've kind of committed. So there's no more delays, no more. Which I mean, if it's not ready, it's not ready. But I mean, I think they're going to have it in March of 2017. So we're like 3 months away.
It's crazy. Hopefully, it won't be around the time when we're at the Louisville Arcade Expo. I know that Nintendo likes to do their releases on Fridays usually, and that's when the Louisville Arcade Expo is. That's also in March. So hopefully, the two events don't collide with each other because that could be disastrous. I definitely plan on
Or it
getting
could
one
be
of those launch
awesome.
day. It'd be awesome.
Well, it could be. I mean, we'd pick one up on the way and play it in a hotel room.
You could do that. I'm just thinking I want to spend as much time as possible surrounded by the neon glow of the arcade lights, and with if we were to make a pit stop along the way, that might kind of take away from that. Also,
It
I'm kind
probably
of worried
would,
about
but
pre-ordering and people waiting outside a long line to pick one up. So you know what I mean? Like I think it's going to sell pretty quickly.
I hope so. I hope it sells out. And I'm maybe not like the Wii or the NES Classic Nintendo NES Classic that I can't find for someone's Christmas present. But anyways, maybe it's not like that. Maybe it's not like the Wii, and because the Wii was hard to find for nearly a year,
I remember that.
and it was. I mean, it was just people were buying them as soon as they came in. So maybe it'll be closer to like the Wii U, and there'll be plenty of stock um, right there for us to pick up and take home, and then leave again because it's portable.
That's weird that Nintendo likes to just not print enough to generate some sort of panic amongst
Well, I don't.
gamers.
I don't know if it's as much that they're trying to generate a panic or trying to generate a false scarcity or something like that. I think they just they try to produce right near the margin.
hmm
So, people were predicting that this NES Classic was going to be in the bargain bin. Well, if there's not enough of them, they won't go in the bargain bin because there's not going to be that bloat, that surplus of them. So I think they try to they're trying to produce exactly what the demand is. And that leads to frustration, obviously, especially when they underestimate the demand like they did with that. So
Well,
I don't think it's really like something just evil that they're trying to create that false scarcity. Like there's some big conspiracy. I think they're just they don't want to lose money.
yeah, that's definitely fair, especially after the Wii U. I remember the Wii U being really easy to find. The original Wii was crazy difficult to find. I did not have an interest in one until much later down the road, but I remember people waiting outside of Best Buys and Targets, Walmart's, GameStops, the mom and pop game stores, all just for the Wii because you couldn't find them anywhere. It was crazy.
Actually bought a Wii the night that they came out. I had to look around for a Walmart that didn't have a line for them. That generation, the Wii, the Xbox 360, PS3, that was
hmm
when pre-orders really the first time they got really big. That I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, and a lot of it had to do with scalping, had to do with eBay.
Sure.
eBay being big enough for people to try to flip stuff. So I think that was a lot of it. But I got a Wii, and my brother got a Wii the same night, and we went to Mountain View Walmart, which is oh boy, it's you think where I'm at's country. It's these people, boy, you ain't from around here, are you?
God,
To live in Stone County in Arkansas. All right, you think of Arkansas. It's sparsely populated, just kind of a lot of rural areas. Stone County, where this Walmart is the least dense populated county in the state of Arkansas. So that you take a very rural state, and the most rural county in that state, it's remote. It's it takes a special kind of person to be from Mountain View, Arkansas. I mean, that's where they ding 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 paddle faster. Anyways,
Interesting.
I went and got my Wii U up there, and my brother got one too that night. I stayed up to like 5 a.m. playing baseball and tennis, and yeah, it was bowling. That was a blast. Anybody who says the Wii wasn't fun doesn't know how to have fun.
Yeah, we're not friends.
You first got that motion controller in your hand. It wore off. The waggle wand wore off, but in the beginning, it was fun. If you just take yourself back to 2006, it was a good time.
Yeah, man, 2006. Can't believe it's been that long. That is crazy. I remember around that time, the 360 was already pretty popular, and that's been out since 2005. And then the PS3 came out at a whopping $600, and I was a huge Sony fanboy back then, and that price tag just made me just so upset. Like I said, F you, Sony, I'm sticking with my PS2 until it stops working, because I'm not paying $600 for that giant mini fridge of a console you want to charge you for.
I tried to buy one the night they came out. A chain that's now gone out of business, Hastings, had and I drove an hour and a half to enter a drawing for the chance to be able to buy one, and I hung out for about an hour. One. Yeah, they had a limited number, and they gave out tickets and like, hey, you get a chance to buy a PS3, and I didn't get to buy one that night. I just had to go home empty-handed. But in hindsight, looking back, I'm like, that was ridiculous. Of course, I'll tell you that I am an evil, soulless person, I guess, because I had every intention of flipping it. The buddy of mine that went with me that night, he got to buy one, and he turned around. I think they were $600 at the time. He sold his for $1,600 on eBay.
Wow.
Yeah, he did like the 3-hour auction or whatever the minimum was, and it went. He made a lot of money on it. So
let's discuss this for a second. The whole scalper flipping mentality. I just want to know, like, who in their right mind would be the person to actually fork over that much cash, and B, what kind of person is that much of a jerk to do such a thing to someone else? I mean, both people are at fault for this. Two wrongs don't make it right. Blah blah blah, all that stuff.
I halfway agree with you, and that's because I'm a very, I guess, capitalist-minded person. I don't know.
This is America. That's fine.
I don't know what's wrong with the person that pays over retail. I don't know what's going through their head. Maybe they have more money than sense. Maybe they have, their wants get the best of them. But I'm not going to pay over retail for something. I have a hard time paying retail.
But, oh yeah,
pay people that are paying 2 times, 3 times retail on these systems. There is something wrong with them. But to each his own, I guess. But the guy that's gonna flip it, dude, make that money. Go ahead and, I mean, it's a little out of hand to just hold them ransom to buy 10.
Yeah.
But if you get one, I've done it. I can't point fingers. I mean, I did it with a Wii. I sold a Wii for they were like 300. I sold it for like 800, I think.
Nice.
So I mean,
it's actually pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that was a big chunk of PayPal money that I just got to spend. So yeah, okay. I think it's kind of bad that people are hoarding things up, like these, like the NES Classic right now. People are hoarding up, 8 and 10 of them or whatever else, or the employees at stores are buying them so nobody else can. But you're kind of holding them ransom at this point, because I don't think people are paying $200 for them anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I guess I could look at eBay and see when the last one sold for that amount. But they were selling for that, but they're slowly coming down. They're the same ones have been on Craigslist around here for the last 3 weeks.
So since they came out, no one's buying these highly priced ones, are they?
Well, they had that first week. I think people were paying out the nose for them, and then after that, all those people that didn't have any sense either had one or came to their senses. And there's a lot of people they just have 6 of them stacked up.
Well, their money. You're right. That's definitely their money. They can do what they want with it. I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that they may have kids. They want their kids to be happy, and their kids are asking for this new console or this new game that's rare for the Christmas season. So yeah, they'll pay out the ass for it. I know.
My kid, but I hope to everything good and holy that he does not say, "Hey, I want blah blah blah," and then I can't find it because I'm not paying over retail. I don't care how bad he wants it. I'm like, sorry, man, Santa couldn't find one. It's just not happening.
Speaking of which, is your little one excited for Santa to come on down the chimney?
Bouncing off the walls, dude. He is just. I've got that good threat, the good Santa Claus is watching you.
Oh yeah, so that's golden.
Oh, it is.
It's so nice to you.
A wonderful, wonderful little thing. So
yeah,
but yeah, he's doing good, man. He's excited. He doesn't shake presents, which is I've always snooped and stuff. I told him, I said, man, if you find one of your presents, I'm going to take it back. That's just how it is. And he hasn't looked, hadn't snooped, hadn't messed with anything under the tree. He kind of got it. He was being silly, got down there like, hey, this is a blah, blah, blah. And, oh, is it? And,
so I have a receipt for the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Back to Toys R Us.
He can go right back to the store.
Go back to blah, blah, blahs R Us.
Yeah. But no, he's been great, and he's excited, and I'm really looking forward to it. We're all, my mom's going to come stay here. I got a rule, and this is just me as a parent. Whenever I was a kid, I had to go to, I woke up at my house, I had to go to my aunt's house, I had to go to my grandparents' house, I had to go to my grandparents' house, I had to go to wherever else. All on, I mean, that'd be like 4 things on Christmas Day.
Long day, dude.
Jeez. And like one would be, I lived in North Central Arkansas, then we'd have one in like Memphis, and then one in Little Rock, and then one, back up in North by the house. So I mean, I was on the road all day. So I told everybody, I said, I guess this will be the 7th Christmas of that. I said, listen, y'all, I got a kid. He's going to be here every day on Christmas Day. We're not going anywhere. If y'all want to come see us, everyone is welcome. By the way, if you see this and you know where I live, you're welcome to come by my house on Christmas Day. If you have my number, text me. I'll give you directions. Everyone is welcome here Christmas Day, but I ain't going nowhere.
I can definitely agree with that. I mean, how are you supposed to enjoy your presents if you were traveling all day?
Exactly. That is exactly it. I would get stuff, and then we'd be on the run, and then we'd go to the next place and we'd eat lunch, and then we'd be on the run, and we'd stay somewhere else for a little while. And it was exhausting, and it just took all the fun out of it. And now, I mean, y'all can come see me. That's fine.
Oh yeah. That's the way it should be.
And when back years ago, when I was married and had another person involved, that would double the amount of Christmases that I had to go to. So, I mean, I think one year we had 8 Christmases that we went to.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't just Christmas Day. That started like the weekend before, and then we went to the weekend after.
It started winter solstice and ended in New Year's Eve.
It might as well have been Hanukkah. It was 8 crazy nights. But so when the boy came along, it was like, no, y'all, I mean, I appreciate what y'all are doing. Y'all are either going to do it on another day, or you can just not see me. So
understandable. Is he on Christmas break now?
Yeah, he's been off since this whole week. His Christmas party was last Friday, so he's been off this week. He'll be off next week, and then the week after, I believe. I
miss those so much, man. I love Christmas and the presents and the whatnot, but I think my biggest thing I miss about being a kid when it comes to this season is the time off from school. Like that last day of school, mean, the teachers' minds were already mentally checked out. They didn't give a shit. They were about to be on break too. And the kids, I mean, we were just wanted to, there was always food and movies were playing. And as soon as that bell rang, we boarded the bus. We were free, like, freedom. And only a few teachers were complete assholes and gave us homework over the Christmas season and in my entire school career. So yeah, that was such a highlight of the Christmas season.
It really was, man. I mean, that was something that was great, was the just turning loose, man. You didn't have to do anything for.
Usually, you might have a teacher that was like, it's want to, like, make sure that, hey, you're still a student, and I still hold your future in my hands. I could fail you, but yeah, most of the time the teachers were all like, yep, I'm excited to get out of here just as much as you are, little dude. So,
oh, without a doubt, man. That was just an amazing time. You got out, you didn't have anything to worry about for a couple of weeks, and you got to play, you got to sleep in, you got to or sleep in late, you got to wake up early, you got to do whatever your little heart desired. You got those new toys at Christmas, and you had time to play with them. And like, you might have a buddy come over sometime after that because you had just a spare week of nothing to do. It's good times.
Oh yeah, that was one of the things I always liked about Christmas was, call my friend up, hey, I got this, and that. He said, really? Oh, I'll be right over. Then we're playing with this, and that. And then in the meantime, he says, well, I got these things. Like, oh, awesome. Hey, Mom, can I go over to his house tomorrow? Sure. And, it got me out of the house, which I'm sure my parents appreciated. And, yeah, just showing each other, hey, look what we all got. It just loved, sharing in the joy of gifts.
Oh, it was awesome, man. You just showing off what you got. And there's a little bit of bragging to it. And so, I mean, that's just being a kid, right? So you got to do that. You got to show off. You got to play these new games or whatever else you got with for Christmas with your buddies. It was a good time, man.
Definitely. I definitely miss that about it. Certain things I don't miss about being a kid at Christmas was having to wait for the presents. Nowadays, I mean, if I get a gift, I'm opening it like when I damn well please. Similarly, if I give someone a gift, I'm gonna say, open it now. I want to see your reaction. I want to, let me know what you think. Don't wait till Christmas. So there are definitely some pros and cons to being to give and take.
And I mean, and this kind of goes along with that. When I grew up, my dad's a captain on a towboat and still working, but
good for him.
There was a lot of he would be gone for 30 days at a time, and then he'd be home for 30 days. So there was a lot of Christmases that he wasn't home on December 25th. And I'm going to get a little mushy on you, all right? So just stand by.
Oh, yeah.
I learned at a very early age, and I still hold true to this, that, Christmas, the giving, the spirit of Christmas, I guess, is not December 25th. Whenever you get people together that you enjoy their company, that you have that family feeling with, or your friends with, it doesn't have to be December 25th. There's more to it than a date. So that week long that I did have for Christmas, whenever everybody got together, that was Christmas.
So let me try. So what you're saying is, just because the calendar says, Christmas Day, 12/25, the family together time is all that's more Christmas.
That's what Christmas was. I mean, when I was a kid, we might have had Christmas on December 15th. Mm-hmm. The latest we had it was like the first part of February.
Wow, so, really?
Yeah, we just because, I mean, we had to wait for Dad to get home and be there for him to be part of it. So Santa Claus came early and came late to our house quite a bit. So I mean, I think that's kind of something that I'm just conditioned to now, that the December 25th is not that critical to me.
Sure. Well, that makes total sense.
Whenever you can take the time to get everybody together, that's when Christmas is. Like this year, he's going to be working. So my brother and sister, and as we've gotten older, I refuse to go anywhere Christmas Day. My sister's married and has a kid.
Mm-hmm.
My brother is just my brother. He's a little free,
a little squirrely.
Yeah. And then whenever Dad's home, so we're doing Christmas on January 8th this year. That's
okay, great.
Saturday. I think it's a Saturday. Maybe it's Sunday. I don't know. I'd have to look. That everybody can get together. So that's the first chance that we got to schedule for everybody to be together, and that's going to be Christmas, and that'll feel like Christmas.
And that'll be fun for Isaac too, because I mean, because he'll get to do some stuff on the 25th. I'm assuming.
Oh,
so
yeah,
then he'll get to celebrate
at the
again.
house. Santa Claus will come here on December, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. He'll get to open his presents from me. We'll go over to Angie's across the street, and he'll get to do some stuff over there, and we'll hang out with them. My mom will be here. My brother's going to come up here, but we couldn't all get together, so we just do the best we can. But we get to spread his out, and he gets to open presents, a little bit at a time. So it's fun.
Awesome. Speaking of presents, are there any games that you're hoping to get for the holiday season?
Honestly, I haven't asked for a single game. The only ones I asked for were on my VG Collect Secret Santa list, and that's the only person that I've asked for any game, I think. I'm trying to think, man. I haven't told anybody really anything that I wanted. This is probably the first time since 1987 that I haven't had a game or I haven't made a list of games that I want. I'm kind of depressed by that
counts.
now. Oh yeah, Secret Santa does count.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and chalk that up. But
definitely,
just to keep the streak going. But that's a little. I didn't ask my parents for a single game. So
very nice.
Oops.
That's fine. Because I'm basically right there with you. I only asked for one other than Secret Santa again. I asked for the deluxe edition of Final Fantasy 15, and I got it yesterday. That's it.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Happy Hanukkah, Crazy Kwanzaa, and solemn and dignified Ramadan to you all. But yeah, I got that, and yeah, I mean, I said, I don't really want anything, but I kind of want to play this. I kind of want to play this game at some point. I'm sure it's easy to find. It's a Final Fantasy game. They're everywhere, and yeah, I got it. So I'm actually pretty easy to buy for this time around.
I'm very easy to buy for because I have a list of things that I want a mile long.
Very nice.
So, and I constantly keep an Amazon wish list. So if anybody does want to buy me anything, I have an Amazon wish list that is easy to find. So there's that. So I mean, I've always got like I said, I keep my Amazon wish list. I've got games, I've got movies, I've got
sure.
Like I have a lot of comics on there for some reason this year. I got into when I started watching these comic movies, I wanted to see the backstory, so I put a lot of like trade paperbacks on there.
Cool.
So there's a lot of that and books, which apparently I'm going to get time to read sometime.
Hey, knowledge.
I used to read a lot, but I had a good spell where I read like biographies, especially because nice. I wanted to be a rock star. I'd read like these like Nikki Sixx's Heroin Diaries, Ozzy Osbourne's book. They were a lot of fun, man. Just these biographies from these people that were absolutely bananas was just fun to read. Because that's the life that I like if I could do it for like 10 minutes at a time and then stop, I would love to be a rock star and then like come home on a weekend or come home at night. I would like to spend 8 hours a day just out of my mind doing whatever I wanted, and then come home and like, no, I gotta be by myself, y'all.
Yeah. Get up, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, that whole thing. But as soon as you get to work, your work is, rocking out metal, sound check, guitar breaking, groupies, roadies. My life is
like, I want to be with Ozzy Osbourne while he's snorting ants, and then or I want to be there when he gets arrested for peeing on the Alamo, and then I want to go get in my bed at night.
Yeah. That's yeah, you don't want to sleep on a bus.
Can we make that happen? Because I couldn't live the rock and roll lifestyle. The whole sex, drugs and rock and roll thing. I would die. I know my limitations, but I would like to be like a fly on the wall when some of this stuff happened.
I like to be like maybe like a part of the crew. Like I'm not in their bus. I'm in the other bus. That's the quiet bus. I'm not in the bus with all the drugs and the illegal substances and like the people and like, snorting a line off some girl's breasts or whatever it is these crazy kids do. But I still want to like kind of experience what it's just like to be in that lifestyle.
Yeah. I want to be like their attorney. Like I'm there
Their
going,
accountant.
no, sir, you don't need to do that. That's the guy that, no, Jason, you got to go to bed. You've got court tomorrow. So, oh yeah, you're right. I do. It's 9:30. I need to get in bed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like you said, I know my limits. Like I get tired at a certain time. I need sleep. I need, I need a game. You need to play video games, of course. I mean, if I don't do that, I start to get the shakes. And I like quiet time and yeah, rock star lifestyle, 24/7. It sounds brutal. I couldn't keep up.
I would just die. I think I wouldn't survive it. I couldn't write a book.
Maybe like
I would like to be.
pages.
Go ahead.
I was like, you couldn't write a book, maybe a few paragraphs if you decide to do it.
Like, yeah. But I would like to be that guy, be there for the stories, or be able to maybe even, be part of the story for 30 minutes at a time. And then like, guys, I got to check out. Good night.
Got to go make dinner. Exactly. Back
to the original thing. Yeah, I've got books
yeah.
on my Amazon wish list because I had a spell where I like to read. So anyways, that's maybe somebody will look at that and buy me something.
Hint, hint, America.
The boy came in. He went and stayed with my mom last weekend.
Oh yeah.
Or a night last weekend. Anyways, he came in. He's like, I got you a Christmas present. I'm like, oh boy.
It's from arts and crafts class.
No. Mom will take him to a store and he'll let him pick out whatever he wants, or they'll get on Amazon and they'll pick out whatever he wants as long as it's reasonable. Yeah, and she'll put his name on it. Like for my birthday last year, he got me, and God love him, he bought me the entire series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons. It came in a cool little turtle van.
Hold on. He's getting something now for those who are listening only.
Audio only. Here's the.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is the box set for the complete Ninja Turtles cartoon series. It's got, I think, 10.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
DVDs. Yeah, this is what my son got me for my birthday. So my mom just lets me get on Amazon and goes, hey, just what do you want to get your dad? And then they order me something. So I'm kind of it's always fun to see what he decides he wants to get me.
Your son has amazing taste. Is that the one like from the 90s that we grew up with?
Yeah, that's the one from.
Geez. Oh my God, that's
1988, 96 or whatever it was. Yeah.
I saw like there's like hundreds of discs in that van. So yeah, lots of episodes.
10. I mean, there's gonna be a lot. So yeah, I'm looking. I don't know if they're Blu-ray or.
Who cares?
Stick them in and they play.
You have them.
So
in a cool van.
it is really cool. And like one year he always
wants. You missed the show. that show and tell was badass. So
he always wants to get me a game or something. So he'll get me like, oh, Daddy likes Mario. He got me like Mario Sports Mix one year. He'll get. I mean, for the Wii.
Yeah,
he's pretty good about it. He knows my taste, I guess, and he'll pick something out. And there's been some flops, but he has fun doing it. And it's some of my favorite stuff in my collection is things that he's bought me. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's now. Does he do does he have like an allowance to actually do this, or is this like him pointing to something and someone else will make the?
Yeah, he'll sit down with my mom and he'll go, "I want to get that," and she'll either go, "No, son," or "No." I was like, "That's $400. You can't get that." He's like, "Okay, I don't want that." She's like, "Okay, that's $12. You can have that." But
very nice. Hey,
so I mean, there's
learning economics and supply and demand. He's learning about the value of $1 during the whole process. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's, and God love him once again. He's as cheap as I am. Nice. At a very young age, like inappropriately young, he knew the word duplicate. He got to he was into like Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And he was into Skylanders and stuff. We would buy lots of Skylanders, like, off of Craigslist and stuff. There'd be like 6 or 8 in there. He's like, "Oh, I got a duplicate." And I think he has some of the maybe collecting tendencies that I have. So,
so maybe then in some years, he's going to go to a random used media store and ask the guy to see some stuff, ask for a deal. The guy's going to say, "Well, we can't bargain with you because we know someone will pay full price for it," and he will look at the guy square in the eye and said, "Here, you can have these back and walk on out."
Yeah, he'll do that. I don't know where he would learn something like that, but
Only,
he will do
only
that.
from the best of collectors, of course. Man, I'm so excited to go to Louisville again with you and Mr. Nikon. It's going to be super fun.
I'm really looking forward to it, man. Actually, I talked to Buzzy from the
Tallywhackers.
the Tallywhackers, the
Bad Graphics
Bad
Gamers.
Graphics Gamers. There we go.
Hi, Eldrin.
I talked to him. They're going to be there again. So man, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. Y'all take it easy. We'll see you in the first weekend in March. And he said we'll be there. So
Awesome. Last time I saw them, they had a copy of a game I was looking for, that Burning Rangers for the Sega Saturn. So who knows? Maybe they'll have it when we're there.
See, I think after Retropalooza, they only did maybe 1 or 2 more shows, and then they box everything. They had everything in storage because they don't sell like out of their house or anything like that. They just do conventions.
Sure.
And they do on a bigger scale what I was doing. They buy stuff up and then they'll take it to conventions and then sell it just to kind of pay for the hotel room and to build their own collections, I guess.
Interesting.
Since
okay.
I think both of those Tallywhackers have stadium events. But
wait, what?
I think both of them have stadium events.
Hot damn.
Yeah, they bought a lot of games.
I can see that.
Anyways, they sold a lot of games. But anyways, they put it all in storage through the winter. And so Louisville's the first show they're going to do this year. So if they didn't sell it at the next show they went to, they probably still have it.
Awesome. I'm not going to drink cinnamon again or swallow cinnamon powder again. But if they want to reduce the price and not make me do something crazy, then I'll consider it. But I did get a new job, so I'm not too. I'm not as desperate this time. Yeah, man. For Panzer Dragoon Saga, though, it was definitely worth it. I cannot say enough good things about that game.
So yeah, I would do it anyways. Like if I had $1,000 in my pocket and it was a $50 game, like, oh, you want $10 off? You're gonna have to eat this cinnamon. Show me the cinnamon.
Actually, it wasn't that bad. It kind of just like made my throat really dry at first, and then not all of it went down. So I just switched around with water, and all was good. But it's the anticipation that really gets you. Like, this is a lot of cinnamon. I got to do a shot of it. So
that is the old cinnamon challenge is not something to be taken lightly, I guess.
Yeah, we at OPB do not mess around. So, but yeah, like I was saying, it's going to be a lot of fun. We don't have to do all that, hop to all those stores like we did last year, because now that we know.
I think we might. I mean, I'd still like to go look. I always even if I don't buy anything, I don't care to drive around and look. So we're not going to mark that off just yet, especially when the convention floor doesn't open till like noon usually. So.
Oh yeah, so you guys didn't get there? First off, is Zach coming with you, your bro?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think this year we did a lot of sidetracking, and of course, kind of like we did when we went to Dallas. We went to a lot of different stores on the way. Yeah. We may cut that out this time and just try to get there just as fast as we can.
How long is that drive for you?
It's about 6 hours. It's not too bad.
That's not too bad compared to but like you could have been to Texas a lot sooner, but you were like, nope, let's go stop here, then here, then here, then here.
Yeah, the trip to Dallas always takes me about 13 hours to get there.
Oh, that's so
and
funny.
The trip home takes between 5.5 and 6.
I mean, if there's a deal somewhere, you want to find it.
Well, I try to sniff them out. I do the best I can.
Yeah.
I've got some haunts that I check out on the way down there.
To Texas?
Yeah, to Texas.
Yeah.
Speaking of this year, or next year, I guess, next October, whenever we go to Dallas, we're going to try to get there early and go to the video game museum. That's got to happen.
All right. Yeah, that'd be so cool.
I'll forego a few stops and a few places to try to get to that before it closes, and at least spend a couple of hours there.
Well, since I don't think I'll be selling anything, and I don't think you want to be selling anything this time, will you?
Right. No.
You got the most stuff. We could always just fly there bright and early, and not have to worry about driving though that way.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing, and this is just my personal rules, I guess. I've got a lot of rules that I live by. If it's inside 8 hours, it's just as fast for me to drive it. By the time I get to the
Fair enough.
airport, check a bag, you're there 30 minutes or an hour early. You board the plane. You have to sit there for 30 minutes. Then you fly for 2 hours. And then you got to get your bag. And you got to get a ride from the airport and get to the hotel. So if it's inside 8 hours, so I've got like an 8 hour circle around me that I will just drive. It's easier for me.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I actually like flying, so I like to fly whenever I can. But I definitely see where you're coming from because airports can be kind of taxing.
And I like to be there. I like to have my own vehicle when I'm there.
That's true.
That's
Yeah,
huge for me.
don't have to rely on Uber all the time.
I mean, I could always rent something, but you know, I don't want to do that. I just soon have my own and we'll just take the big black truck and do our thing.
Of course, it's big and black. But with that's a good idea to go to that museum because we mentioned it last time. We didn't get a chance to, but yeah, this time I'm probably gonna fly, so I can look for a really early flight, and if everyone agrees to get there earlier than we did last time on that Friday.
I can be there by noon.
Yeah,
I mean, with no problem.
Yeah, because you drive fast.
Maybe.
Fast and safe. That's all good. That's all good. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that again. That's not going to be for a while, and I'm of course looking forward to Louisville again. But
so at Louisville, what game are you looking forward to the most?
What game like arcade game?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Well, I really hope they have that X-Men, that Konami one.
Yeah.
Like with all, and not just like
screens.
2 screens, all 8 characters. I think there's 8 characters, so a controller for every character.
It's 6, isn't it?
6. Hold on. Dazzler, Storm, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Colossus, Wolverine. 6. Yeah. So the half of a hexagon type of setup. I want to play that because I want to play it with you, and I also want Charles to play, and Zach and Jenny. I mean, we can hog that thing, and some other sip can come in if they want to. But yeah, I get dibs on Nightcrawler, by the way. Just saying. So, but yeah, that's what I want to see. What about you?
Man, that would be a good one to see. I want to play Crazy Taxi again. That was the most fun. The most fun that I had while we were there was playing Crazy Taxi with after you'd gone to bed again.
I know, yeah.
Zach and Charles and Jenny. We sat around and of course we hogged the machine for an hour or better and just talked trash to each other and trying for the high scores and stuff. That was so much fun. And that's a fantastic cabinet. So speaking of, I may need to bring a truck this year because
wait,
Daddy's got a little scratch. We're gonna come home with Crazy Taxi.
So wait, yeah, because all the games at the expo, they're for sale, right?
A lot of them are. A lot of them had a.
Oh man!
And I called about a couple of pinballs last year, and they were. You could tell the ones that they were wanting to sell, and then the other ones that they were like, "Yeah, it's for sale if you'll pay this price." So, some of them are a little high. Some of them are very, very reasonable for some of the arcade cabinets. I mean,
Nice.
You're like decent shape. I mean, they weren't pristine, obviously the ones that were this price, but I mean like $550, $600 for some of these, and which I mean sounds like a lot, but for an arcade cabinet, if it's a game you're looking for, that's not bad.
It's not. I mean, that's almost how much a new console costs. I mean, yeah, a new console versus a single game, but I mean, an arcade cabinet is, first off, it's fun. I mean, it's a conversation piece. Like, look what I have. Like, oh, I grew up with this game. And, no more need for quarters. How awesome is that? It's probably going to pay itself off in time when you think about it.
Well, there's, yeah. And there's something really cool. Like, I didn't have room for it, so it's in my brother's apartment, but I have a Ninja Turtles arcade cabinet.
Yeah. But
love it. Absolutely love it. I spent a lot of money. Well, I'll say a lot of money on it. Mid-range money on it, but just to have that thing, to say that I own probably most people's favorite arcade game that are my age. That was the one that they remember. It was outside the grocery store. It was outside or at the 7-Eleven. It was in the local arcade at the Pizza Hut. That's like the number one game that people remember. So I'm pumped to have that. And my Play Choice 10 is probably my favorite one, but that Ninja Turtle one sure is sweet.
Yeah. Now, if they have Dance Dance Revolution there, then I'll think about spending some money. Like, I would love to own one of those. I wouldn't want to own X-Men. I mean, I think I would get tired after a while, but I just love DDR so much that, I mean, that's something I brings back so many good memories. I would love to own a legit like arcade cabinet of that.
That's I'm just getting that itch again. You know, about once or twice a year, I buy an arcade cabinet for the last few years. So I'm bad getting that itch right now. I've sniffed out a Arch Rivals, which was the precursor to NBA Jam. It's a
Mhm.
basketball game where you can punch people. I've got one of those sniffed out, so I'm maybe if
Maybe.
me and the guy we can agree on a price, I'll be getting a new arcade cabinet pretty soon.
Nice, nice, nice.
So
You gotta let me know if you see like any uh Dance Dance Revolution cabinets in the wild.
I don't ever see those.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I know.
The
Like,
only time I ever see one is when somebody's liquidating an arcade. Like they had an arcade, it failed, so we're trying to get rid of Dance Dance Revolution, a Crane Machine, Big Buck Hunter, Golden Tee. You know, it's usually the same games that are together that were in every Daytona USA is always there.
yeah,
The same games that were in there together. But yeah, I just don't ever see somebody that just happened to have a Dance Dance Revolution in their house.
yeah. I mean, I think it'd be awesome to have one. They are really awkward and kind of bulky, but I mean, I'd make the space for one for damn sure. This is a problem of finding. First off, I can't find one ever. And if I did find one, I can only imagine how much those cost. I mean, 550 I pay for, but
Oh yeah,
I I got a strong feeling they're a bit. They might be a bit higher than that.
that and one of the things you would get into is, and this is just from trolling around different sites, looking, people that are in the know. This me trying to learn things of how to repair these things.
Yeah.
Dance Dance Revolutions are filthy every time you get one because people were up there jumping up and down, and the
Oh
controllers, their
God.
feet. You have to completely strip them apart, and you have to thoroughly clean them because there will be pounds of dirt in it.
I never thought of that. You know what? I think I'm cool for now with
I
that
know either
metal
until I
pad
started looking.
that you and Sora got me. So thanks for the tip. I don't know why I never thought of that. And I'm like a neat freak.
I wouldn't have ever thought of that either until, like I said, I read forums and different websites of how to clean these things and how to tear them apart and how to replace stuff. And one guy was on there talking about a Dance Dance Revolution and how much
Yeah.
dirt there was in that thing. And when you get to thinking about it, like, yeah, your controller's your feet. You're stomping every piece of dust off of your feet, and it's going sliding into the cracks on this controller. So
I
I
mean,
mean,
on
I
the one
could.
hand, yeah, I could definitely see that. Like, I would definitely still wear my shoes, even though it was mine. Um, but I still see where I still see where you're coming from with that. So
Just from taking apart joysticks and stuff, how
yeah.
much funk gets inside the joysticks, and most of it is actually like oil and stuff off of people's hands,
Oh
which is
yeah.
gross.
It's
But
like when you take your keyboard and you take your keyboard and turn it upside down and shake it, and you're like, oh my God, that came from my hands. What the hell?
oh yeah, I'll eat here. How did this happen? I don't eat here, but
Why am I shedding?
yeah, why? Well, I mean, it might be like, of course, me, I'm practically going bald because of life, but still,
Yeah, it's all good.
yeah, there's like Doritos in there. It's like, man, I don't even eat Doritos. Where did this come from?
Where's this orange Cheeto dust coming from? I haven't had Cheetos since I was a kid. Gee,
It's just the funk inside of a joystick. I can just imagine something like when your feet are the controller, what's down there.
yeah. After this is over, I think I'm gonna like go back to that metal pad you guys helped me get, and just take some like all-purpose cleaner, like some 409, and go to town. I did not ever put two and two together.
Yeah, it
Like,
didn't mean to gross you out, man.
no, I'm glad you did, because now I have a better perspective on how to keep things nice and clean, nice and cleaned. So,
But that's I'm looking forward to playing Crazy Taxi, and
yeah,
that
this
is
time
one of the games that
I will play that next time.
I want to add to the arcade for sure. Uh, this winter I'm working on I have a building out back, little shed building out back. I'm
Yeah.
going to insulate and run power to, and then I'm going to make that my arcade because all of my arcade cabinets are in storage. So I'm really looking forward to that. I want to get, and then I've got a Vampire Knight, I believe is the name of it, arcade cabinet. It's a
The gun one?
Namco shooting game.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Game.
Awesome.
I have one, but it doesn't work.
Oh.
It worked when I bought it. I bought it for $50 at an auction.
Wow.
And it worked. And then I got it all the way home, and I was getting it out of the back of the truck, and this thing weighs like 400 pounds, and I dropped it. It doesn't work anymore.
Damn.
So I've got to, once I get my building built and I get all, get the rest of my arcade games down here, you know, get my Play Choice 10, my Donkey Kong Jr., Mario Brothers,
Yeah,
get
buddy.
my Popeye cabinet, get my WWF Superstars, get all those in there, and I can start looking around, seeing how much room I'm actually going to have, and maybe buy an Arch Rivals. And I'd like to have another light gun game.
Yeah, especially since the vampire one's a little out of order at the moment.
Well, yeah, I've got to get that fixed. Whenever I get everything moved in here, I'm going to have to. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to have to haul that somewhere and get somebody else to fix it, or if I'm going to try to.
Yeah,
I've fiddled around with it. I think it's the CD-ROM drive, because well, those Namco cabinets about 2004, whatever, it's a PlayStation 2, 2002 maybe. Anyways, it's the security dongle is the same size and shape. I'm pretty sure it's the plastic that is a PS2 memory card that you have to have plugged into this thing. For all practical purposes, it is a PS2. So, anyways, I've got to find a DVD drive, I guess, that fits this thing, so I can. It's just kind of hard to find one that still works from 20 years ago or 15 years ago.
Well, definitely something to look forward to, and lots of fun stuff to look forward to when we hit up the arcade. So I'm looking forward to it, and I would love to see you go home with a brand new arcade cabinet. Hopefully it's Crazy Taxi.
So, anyways, we were talking about Christmas. It's going to be Christmas this weekend, so I would like to firmly wish you a Merry Christmas, sir. I really hope that you and yours have a fantastic time. I hope it's everything you hope for. And yeah.
And same to you, of course. I got to say, you know what? If you were to tell me maybe a year and a half ago, hey, you know what? You're going to do a podcast with some dude from Arkansas and some dude from Chicago, I'd be like, what's a podcast? So, but here we are, you know, and, you know, we're -1 right now. Our residential Chicago person is MIA at the moment, but he's here in spirit, and I'm chatting with you, who lives in the natural state of Arkansas. So, yeah, who would have thought it would ever happen?
And who would have thought that we'd have had people that wanted to listen to this? I mean, that still baffles me that anybody would want to listen to my rambling. So.
Funny you mentioned that. A friend of mine called me the other day. She said, "Yeah, I listened to your podcast. It was really fun." And I was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure to listen to our podcast?" And like, whenever I plug it to people and I hand out a business card, I'm like, "Here, listen to our podcast. It's great for insomnia, or if you want to, like, you know, just go to sleep quickly." I mean, I try to not overhype it, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm very glad and appreciative that people are indeed listening to it. So
I'll tell you, the way that I introduce, or when I tell people about it, I'm like, you know, it's fun for me to do. Maybe you'll have half as much fun listening to it as I do doing it.
Yeah.
And if I can accomplish that, then I've done something really good.
That's a good. I might start using that as well. I mean, the self-deprecation of it's good for insomnia, you know, it gets a laugh, but then I can, you know, finish with your line. That's a good way to sell it as well. So, but anyway.
And everybody that's listening, I would like to, if you happen to get this in the next week, which you probably won't hear this till after Christmas if you're not listening live. So I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a Happy New Year. I hope 2017 is absolutely amazing to you.
Yes, feeling is mutual. Hope you have a great Christmas and a great Hanukkah, great Kwanzaa, and I'm sure there's others I am missing, but yeah, as you can
probably pass for all of our Wiccan listeners.
Wait, what was it called?
The winter solstice.
The winter solstice. Was that today?
That's today.
That's today. Yeah. So happy winter solstice, y'all.
To
Y'all
all the
crazy.
Wiccans out there.
All you crazy white magic crafting people. But I digress. We are running short on time, so we got to start wrapping this thing up. So as usual, I'm gonna give the floor over to Turf, and he's gonna tell us where we can listen to this episode again.
Well, if you stumbled across this on the YouTubes, you can find all of our episodes here in full color, in Technicolor. And if you just want the audio only version of this podcast, that's the goal. That's where most people enjoy it. You can download us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Tuned In. So any of those, you can put us on your mobile device and take us with you. We're great for car rides because we're just good. We're good for a jog. We're good for when you're on the Stairmaster at the gym, when you're working on your glutes. We're there.
Glutes.
We're going to take your mind off the burn. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to remind you of the deep burn. So, anyways, we're all there. Hit us up on Twitter, OPB Podcast on Twitter. We're at OPB Podcast on the Instagram, Facebook.com/OPB Podcast, or send me an email at gmail.com. Wait, OPB Podcast at gmail.com. There we go. And ourparentsbasement.com. We have
which I got to update. Thank you.
That's fine. Well, it'll be updated for you. So
yes,
check out our website there. We have bios and you can look at our gorgeous faces. So that's what that is.
All right. Well, Mr. Nikon, aka Charles, you were missed as usual, but he should be back next week. I do not think I will be there next week, but we will still have a show for you. So until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Cliche, I know, but why not? Anyways, have a good night, everyone, and thank you for listening and or watching. Later.
Merry Christmas. Oh, I got to hit the button.
Yeah, you got the button.